Let's talk about olive oil. That golden green liquid sitting in your kitchen probably makes you feel a little fancier than usual. You drizzle it on salads like you're a chef in Italy. You splash it into pans with the confidence of a cooking show host. Some people even dab it on bread and call it dinner. But here's the thing. The odds are disturbingly high that what you're pouring isn't what you think it is. Yes, olive oil, one of the oldest and most celebrated foods in the world, is also one of the most fakes. And I don't mean slightly watered down. We're talking straight-up fraud, like counterfeit designer bags, but for your pasta. So today we will find out why olive oil is one of the most faked foods in the world, how do scammers pull it off, and how can you avoid being tricked. Let's dive into this slippery story right here on History of Food. First, you need to understand why olive oil became such a prime target for fakers. Olive oil has been around for thousands of years. Ancient Greeks and Romans didn't just cook with it, they used it in religious rituals, medicine, even skincare. Basically, it was the coconut oil of the ancient world, except with fewer influencers telling you to rub it on your face. Because of that history, olive oil built a reputation as something pure, healthy, and even luxurious. Fast forward to modern times, and olive oil is now a global industry worth billions. People are willing to pay a premium for extra virgin olive oil, the supposedly best, freshest, cold-pressed stuff. And where there's money, there's always someone ready to cut corners. Or in this case, cut your olive oil with cheaper junk. Now let's clear up this whole extra virgin thing. It's not just a fancy marketing phrase. Extra virgin olive oil is supposed to be made purely from crushed olives. No chemicals, no heat, no funny business. It should taste fresh, sometimes peppery with a bit of bitterness. It's the champagne of oils. The problem? Most people don't really know what true extra virgin olive oil tastes like. If you've only ever had grocery store brands, you might assume olive oil is supposed to taste kind of bland, maybe even greasy. That lack of awareness makes it easy for scammers to get away with selling subpar or outright fake products. And now you might be wondering, so how do fraudsters actually fake olive oil? Let's break down the greatest hits of olive oil scams. First, dilution. This is the classic move. Take real olive oil, then mix it with cheaper oils like sunflower, soybean, or even canola. Boom! You've doubled your product at half the cost. Second, old oil, new bottle. Olive oil doesn't age like wine. It actually gets worse with time, losing flavor and health benefits. But some producers will take old, rancid oil, slap a new fresh harvest label on it, and sell it as premium. Thirdly, wrong labels. Sometimes the oil really is olive oil, but it's not extra virgin. It might be virgin or just plain refined olive oil, which means it was processed with heat or chemicals. Yet the bottle screams extra virgin because that label sells better. Lastly, geography lies. Ever notice how bottles love to say product of Italy? Italy's olive oil reputation is unmatched, but not all Italian-labeled oils are actually from Italy. Many are blended from olives grown in other countries, shipped to Italy, and bottled there. Technically legal, but totally misleading. Now I know what's running in your mind. You might be thinking, surely there are food inspectors checking this stuff, right? Well, yes, there are rules, but olive oil fraud is tough to regulate for a few reasons. First, olive oil is produced in massive quantities across dozens of countries. Tracking every step, from olive groves to bottling plants to supermarkets, is nearly impossible. Second, testing olive oil isn't as simple as dipping a strip of paper in it. Labs have to run chemical analyses and taste panels, and even then, fraud can slip through. Third, the demand is enormous. The world consumes more olive oil than can realistically be supplied at the highest extra virgin standards. That gap between supply and demand creates the perfect environment for cutting corners. And let's be real, if you were a shady business person looking for a product to fake, olive oil would be your dream target. It's liquid, easy to mix, relatively expensive, and the average customer can't really tell the difference. It's like the ultimate con artist's pantry item. This isn't just a minor issue. Olive oil scandals have made headlines worldwide. In 1981, Spain had a tragic case where industrial oil, meant for machines, not people, was illegally sold as olive oil, killing hundreds and sickening thousands. That's an extreme example, but it shows how dangerous the problem can be. In more recent times, investigations in Italy uncovered entire mafias controlling parts of the olive oil trade, diluting products and bribing officials. It's so common there's even a nickname for it, agro-mafia. Sounds like a Netflix show waiting to happen. In the US, studies have found that a huge percentage of olive oils labeled extra virgin on supermarket shelves don't meet the standards. Some tests showed as many as 70% were fake or at least mislabeled. Now, of course you're wondering, how can you avoid being duped? Luckily, there are some tips. First, check the harvest date. The best oils will proudly list when the olives were harvested. If there's no date, be suspicious. Second, dark bottles are better. Light breaks down olive oil, so high-quality brands usually use dark glass. If it's in clear plastic, be suspicious. Next, look for certifications. Seals from organizations like the California Olive Oil Council or European PDO/PGI labels are good signs. Next tip, taste test. Real extra virgin should have a bit of bitterness or peppery kick. If it tastes flat, it's probably not the real deal. Lastly, price reality check. If the price seems too good to be true, it probably is. Making real extra virgin olive oil isn't cheap. At the end of the day, olive oil fraud isn't going away anytime soon. As long as people are willing to pay extra for the good stuff, someone will be out there trying to fake it. But being an informed consumer helps. If you know what to look for, you can make smarter choices and avoid pouring glorified canola oil all over your salad. Olive oil deserves better than its reputation as the most faked food in the world. It's been treasured for thousands of years, and when you get the real thing, it truly is something special. So next time you drizzle some over your pasta or dip a piece of bread into that golden liquid, take a second to appreciate it. Assuming, of course, you've got the real deal. Thank you for watching.